So wherever you're watching this from, and this whole session is going to be recorded. This is called the first to deal challenge. Okay, and it's very simple. It's a challenge for in 3 days utilizing one platform, not breaking the bank on a free trial, getting somebody who wants to sell and submitting an offer. That's what it's about. Okay. Sometimes, and this happens on the off chance, you might actually get your offer accepted and get a contract. Now, I don't have, like, again, I'm trying to be realistic here. My goal for all of you guys that are in this group today is to mirror me, and I'm going to give you guys specific instructions. So, day one, just so that we can all go over this together, these calls are going to be very straightforward. Day one is what I like to call the prospecting phase. So, I'm going to show you guys what I look for whenever I'm finding distressed properties. Now, some of y'all are still trying to figure out the cheat code. The cheat code's very simple. We talk about this in the program. It's about finding county records. Now, we all know from just a couple of weeks of doing this already that it's easier said than done, right? And so, guys, I have my county down. So when you guys see me run it within my market, just know that there's a lot of similarities. And if you could just take a little bit of time, what I'm showing you is something that I learned throughout probably a 3 or 4 year period of time. Okay, so it's not something that I expect you to just jump in and automatically know how to do. Finding your county records could be so many different places. It could be online, it could be in a secret portal. You might have to pay to get access to it. You might have to go down to the county and pay for the records, and it could be $1 a page per record. And you might need three or five, 600 of them. But these leads, as crazy as they are, getting them directly from the county are some of the best leads that you will ever get in your business because it's up to date data. It's not data that's being resold to you. And essentially, you guys are getting it like right then and there. It's the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? It's as good as somebody cooking you food and right in front of you serving it to you. You're the first person to touch it. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the person who's cooking it. But with that being said, not everybody here has the luxury of starting out immediately jumping into the cheat code and then taking the time to do the product research, the leads, the portals, the places where you go and you source all of this data. I give you guys enough so that y'all can go out and get it. Then once you get that county data, the goal is to stack those records together. For my people that are like, all right, Q, honestly, I'm down to just invest into a software and then let's speed this thing up. This is what this challenge is all about. All right. And this challenge is essentially a baseline of what you guys really need to look at when you're looking for distressed real estate. And I'm going to show y'all so many different ways to create a different type of list that will convert. Okay. And so, again, today's session, today, what we're going to be going over is prospecting. I'm going to show you guys some really badass ways that are kind of unique. And in my opinion, I'm not saying you should download a big ass list and then market to it. I'm going to tell you to niche down to about maybe less than 1,000 leads, and that's what we're going to market to. All right. So in today's thing is all about prospecting. Tomorrow is about marketing. And so tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be cold calling. I'm going to be marketing. There's 2 sessions tomorrow. There's one in the morning and one in the evening. And just so y'all know, I love you guys so much. I'm giving up my wild card weekend for you guys. Well, it's not wild card weekend, it's a divisional round weekend. And I'm really excited to see some football tomorrow because tomorrow is like games on games that are going to be insane. I believe there's like 2 or 3, but either way, I'm canceling football for you guys. Y'all have no idea how crazy that is for me. Like, I love football, and this is the end of the season. I have to wait all the way to August for more football to come on the TV. Okay, so that's my poison. With that being said, tomorrow's going to be all about marketing, the intricacies of marketing. We're going to make some calls together. I'm going to give everybody here a script, and we're going to build your own script even while we're doing this. And I'm going to give you guys some homework. So, homework on day one is to build your list. That's going to be today. Homework on day two is to configure your script and begin marketing. You want to reach out to at least a minimum of 50 people. You should be able to find somebody who's interested in selling, as find somebody who's interested in getting an offer. On day three, we are going to structure an offer to send out to a potential seller. I'm going to show you guys how you can create an agreement, how you can structure your agreement and present it to said client, and what we look for when we're making offers. So again, it's a lot of underwriting. Tomorrow's marketing, day three is underwriting. And so for all these next 3 days, we're going to be hanging out together. We're going to be doing this. Okay. So really excited to go over this, guys. In today's program, what we're doing is, and again, I may have dropped the link if for you people that are watching this on the replay, I'm going to put it into the description. But to do this challenge, you need to sign up with this software. Okay. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to drop it inside of this here Skool platform that we have. By the way, if you're watching this and you haven't upgraded to annual, hit the link in the description and get your ass on the other side, because I love hanging out with y'all. And Skool is a great opportunity for all of us to connect and really just make shit happen for each other. You know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather flock together. So when we all going in the same direction, that's how we get to where we're trying to go, and we're trying to get there faster. All right. So check this out, y'all. I'm going to drop this link real quick inside of the chat. And for you people that are watching this on the recording, this will be dropped inside the description of the video. So make sure you guys hit the link in the description and make sure you sign up with the software, and we're going to run it together. All right. So here, I'm putting it inside of the chat.
Is that for DealMachine?
Correct.
I just signed up.
Sweet. And again, guys, this is just for the free trial of DealMachine. If you're utilizing the platform that I'm giving you on this link, you also get $50 on your boy. So y'all can go in there and literally use the marketing credits. You get free direct mail marketing credits, free dialer credits. You can cold call from the platform. So let me go ahead and drop this link inside of the chat in the Zoom call. For you guys that are watching in the replay, that's where you're at in the replay. It'll be in the description. So I put it inside the comment section for all of you guys. There it is. That way we can all get on here and do this together, okay? Again, everybody, it's a team effort. We're going to do this together. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. So without further ado, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we're going to go over this. This right here is DealMachine. Now, man, let me tell y'all something. I've been using this platform for a long time. When it first got introduced to me, it was in 2017. I just so happened to meet a gentleman online. As I started building out my brand, I really wanted to get myself out there more. I started making YouTube content really early on in my journey. And then in 2015, I would just go live on Facebook. 2016, a lot of people were asking me to be on the TV and stuff. Next thing you know, I got a news thing that I was on. Everybody wanted me to speak at their real estate events. 2017 in November, I founded my YouTube channel and I started making long form content to help you guys. And I never would have thought that that thing would have blown up, but we have well over 3 or 4 million views on the YouTube channel. I got 30,000 subscribers, and it's crazy, bro. Like, honestly, YouTube is a whole nother thing. I've been meeting so many of y'all that are coming from the YouTube channel. V, my good friend V here, who is one of them, signed up through YouTube. Out of everybody that he could have came through, he came here. So here we are. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube just literally changed my freaking life. This guy reached out to me, and his name is David, and David is the owner of DealMachine. Guys, David is insane. David is literally insane. But I want to show y'all this video real quick, because this was the first time that I ever used it. I have never in my whole life ever heard of this software. And when he called me and he told me about it, I dropped the YouTube link for everybody that's here. When he called me and told me about it, I said, what the hell is this? And so in this video, guys, it's insane. But me and David, we got together and he came to my office. We drove around the hood. Video, okay? But we're literally sitting out that house right there that we were sitting outside of. I used the app to pull the homeowner's information. And then I called the homeowner straight from the app. I even sent out a piece of direct mail, and literally it came up with phone numbers.
Help entrepreneurs,
one moment.
everyday people just like yourself to start.
If you said you guys have the contract on it.
Mind you, the person who answered the phone said that someone already gave him a contract. Why he didn't sign it, I have no idea. But the lady who put it under contract originally never closed. I guess she couldn't find a buyer. Well, if for whatever reason he, like, let's say he wants more money, I'd be willing to possibly, maybe give him a higher offer. I'd love to at least give an offer. Would that be okay?
And what would the offer be?
I shot my shot. I said, all right, I get you have a contract on it. Well, what if that contract falls through and you don't have a backup? Let me be your backup and watch me offer you more. Really simple. And so he said, hell yeah. So then David and I, this gentleman right here that looks like freaking Captain America, the first Avenger, he came to my office. We structured the deal. I called Ted.
Well, I want to make you an offer for your.
I used an offer calculator, which I given everybody inside of the group. It's in the resource vault. You might have to level up to unlock it.
Process, but it's just, so that means that I have a 14K spread.
We made $21,000 on this property. This was a very easy deal. And I literally found it on this freaking video. Guys, there was nothing scripted about this video. When I did that thing with David, I had no idea that it was actually going to fucking work. Okay, pardon my language. God's trying to get me to find the right words to say, but like I had no idea that it was gonna work. Okay, and let me tell you something. Like I was so excited. And when we lined up the buyer for the property, I was even more excited because it went from being a 14K spread to a $21,000 spread. And I closed on it within a couple of weeks. The guy was old though. He didn't want to like sign contracts over like an internet phone call. So we had to go the other route. The other route for this was to mail him the agreements, mail him the closing docs, signed everything. I ended up paying a wholesaler to go out there 150 bucks to sign the contract on my behalf to get his signature and then send it to me. He mailed it to me, I signed it, and then we turned it into the title company. Title company got a hold of the seller. It was a very meticulous way of doing business, but you know, the guy was like, I don't care about no computers, and if the whole world was burning and you guys told me that I had to hop on a computer to try to save it, I would end up pissing on it. That's exactly what he told me, word for word. You know what I mean? And so Ted was such a cool guy. We closed the deal, we got it done. And at the time, DealMachine was just a driving for dollars app, y'all. That's all it was. Like legitimately, if you use the platform, you were really just gonna go out and drive the hood looking for properties. Which don't get me wrong, I love doing. It's a great way to get in the business. Some of you guys that are watching this are like, yo, Q, man, I want to get out into the field. Run it. Run it, bro. Pick a zip code that you know has dilapidated properties, a lot of vacancies, and just start going through that hood, like collecting all those addresses. But with DealMachine, you can collect all of those addresses at a click of a button, just driving down the road, tapping on your screen. And so, guys, you know, I love the platform. It's a very awesome way to learn how to use one software that is kind of relevant to all of them. Once you learn how to do DealMachine, it's one of those ones that's like an all-in-one software that you can use no matter where it is that you're at in your business. And so I'm going to do a quick overview to show you guys what this looks like, and we're going to jump into it, okay? So guys, this right here is your dashboard. In your dashboard, you're going to see the number of leads that you have in your CRM, how many that you're marketing to, how many have marked as warm leads, under contract, appointment set, and how many do you have submitted as hot. You'll be able to look at how many properties that you're added from the list builder and from driving. And so you can actually filter through all of this data. In calls made, you can see how many phone calls that you're making on a consistent basis. And in mail sent, you can see how many pieces of direct mail are being sent off. And you can even filter by design, y'all. So there's a lot of different designs for direct mail. We're going to go into that here in a minute. And then on the right, guys, there's full-blown guides and courses that are inclusive. And he's literally live as we're talking. Like, look at this. Like, this is a freaking Spotify link. Right now, guys, there's a full-blown challenge going on that he's doing at the same time that I'm doing this one with y'all. And he's cold calling. So David Lecco is a good friend of mine. He's one of the coolest dudes I know. He's the owner and founder of this software. This is the dashboard. When you go to your map is where it can get super intricate. So I have mine set for satellite. So I like seeing that, but you can change the way it looks if you want. You can also create a route to start driving. You can highlight specific areas that you want to look at. Let's say I want to look at this whole neighborhood right here. Well, I'm not limited. You know what I'm saying? I can just literally highlight this whole neighborhood, and I can utilize so many different softwares from doing this. Now, you can build a list from your map sections utilizing your quick filters button. Let me just go ahead and reload the map. Let me click the X on this. Your quick filters button will allow you to create lists from this that are already automatically a part of this software. Guys, one of the coolest things about this, one of the most expensive things you can do in this business is pay for data. DealMachine gives you 10,000 skip trace records every single month as a part of your subscription. On top of that, the platform also allows for you to export that data to use it for more marketing. You can do a lot of things here. It's unlimited skip tracing. So if you search an address, you can pull up information for that property. All right. Now you can filter by property type. You can filter by price, beds and bathrooms, and then more. There's tons of different ways that we can narrow down on our prospects by adding more filters, which we're going to build a list here in a second. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's also a new AI vision finder builder thing. It's really cool. This thing has this thing called Alma. I'll introduce you guys to Alma here in a little bit, but with AI vision, what it essentially will do is it'll utilize Google Map images and find you properties that look like they're distressed. So I can literally tell it I want to see houses in this general area that have overgrown grass and boarded up windows. And it'll literally narrow down my search if I were to do this whole thing here where I'm like creating like a parameter, and it'll search in that whole area utilizing this prompt. Now, I'm not going to click yes yet. We're going to go into more things here in a minute, okay? But this is essentially the map/list builder area where you can come in and build a list of distressed leads, which is what we're going to do today. Now, in your leads department, this is where you can literally have all of your leads. Your follow-up lists are here, their phone numbers, information about each individual property, $330,000 in estimated equity. He owns it outright. Property is 2,000 square feet. This property is in North Carolina, Fayetteville. And there's just so much, guys. Like legitimately, you can do so much. There's also emails and phone numbers. If I click on phone numbers, you're going to see that they have a bunch of contact information here. On top of that, this thing has an auto comping tool. So it'll tell you what they believe the estimated value for your property is based on comps that are provided in the area. And if you want, we can start sending direct mail to this lead now. So I just sent out this postcard just as we speak, and it's now mailing in queue. Now, I'm not, again, it's to me, it's $1. I get credits every month for utilizing this and showing y'all what's up. In activity here, you'll see all of your tasks, your leads, your follow-ups, whatever you'd like. But again, this is where you can get all of the info on every single lead that is inside of your CRM. So yes, you can even tag these leads as follow-ups. You can add tags, take away tags, fire damage, SMS sent, stuffed mailbox, handicap ramp, broken windows. You can tag each individual record to give you an idea, and then you can filter by tags in the future. So guys, you can select all of these records if you like, hit lead actions, and export all of them. Or we can send direct mail to all of them. So guys, this is where you will see all of your leads. A cool feature that is new, this is new, is now that DealMachine offers a dialer. If there's one thing that I'm going to tell you guys right now, be careful with cold calling from your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? The last thing that you guys want to do is solicit. Next thing you know, for whatever reason, you get a lawsuit because you're not compliant. Okay, so just kind of be careful. I love using this dialer because it hides your phone number and it's a power line dialer. So it will call one lead at a time over and over and over and over. And guys, the dialer comes with it. It's pay by the minute, pay by the call, or you can load your account up with credits. Everybody who signed up with me gets about $50 to $30 in credits. So you can utilize that to pay for the dialer and you won't need to upgrade too much. All right.
Should I cancel my subscription and sign up through you? I signed up right before this training.
Go ahead. Or just use a different email. Cancel your
Yeah.
subscription and use a different email.
Okay.
This way you guys can use the benefits of being in the group, because we're giving away money here. Now, at the end of this, I've been given permission to give one of you guys an entire year of DealMachine for free. And that's everybody who's registered that's a part of this call. So just know that I'm going to add all of your names to a wheel of fortune. We're going to spin it, and whoever it lands on gets the whole damn thing for a year. Okay, so let's pray to God that it's one of y'all. I'll be doing this every single month. Okay, so that's part of each individual month. We kick it off with a challenge. DealMachine has been taking care of me, so I will promote the shit out of this product until another product pays me more. But for the most part, I'm just saying, man, Pepsi or Coca-Cola, if you ask me which one I like, I'm going to tell you the one that pays me more, okay? So with that being said, in the direct mail place here, y'all, we have a mail center. And you can see what mail is being scheduled to be delivered. And on top of that, you can check out some of the postcards that are available. There's templates that are here. There's even some that are in Spanish. And you can edit these. You can even import your own. So you can create new ones. You can even do letters. You could do door hangers. There's a lot of really cool ways that you can utilize the software to send direct mail marketing. I love direct mail. And you guys get free direct mail credits. You can send about, I think, 30, 40, 50 postcards with what you got. And it only takes one. Like, truthfully, I like cold calling, but maybe you can split it up. Maybe half of the free budget goes to the direct mail. The other half goes to cold calling. It's up to you. Now, again, guys, this is just a basic overview of the software. There's 24/7 help and support. That's all here. There's tons of tutorials and content on how to use this, release notes, and if you want, you can email them and say, hey, DealMachine, you don't have everything that we need. This is something we can recommend. And then your tasks will be here, and you'll be reminded of them via email and text if you have your phone integrated in your DealMachine app of what's happening in your task. If you need to follow up with somebody, your notifications are here, so to tell you updates, activity. It's loading mine, but in your account here, you'll essentially when you click on your little head, it'll essentially tell you your profile, how many letters you have in queue, how many credits that you got. So it's so much, you know, like, so me, I load my account with at least $100 every month. It literally does everything. Now, what's cool about this, right? If you guys have a regular DealMachine account, you can add people to your team. So like, how many of y'all know people that are driving 24/7 for their work, right? I mean, we all know somebody who's like a mailman or a USPS driver, an Amazon store driver. Those guys are going through the hood all the time, right? So you can click this, recruit a driver, give them a custom link to join your team, and they can become a freaking affiliate for you, get paid to take pictures of houses, earn extra income by simply taking photos of homes that need repair. And so, guys, like, legit, you can save these options, send this off to somebody, and they will be able to join you. You can even invite them as a driver just by putting in an email address. So I could do like DeAndre, right? And DeAndre would get an email from me. And every time DeAndre's out there doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, USPS, delivering Amazon packages, whatever DeAndre's doing, and he finds a dilapidated property, all he has to do is snap a photo of it using the app, and it automatically puts it into my system. So now I can call that lead and follow up on it. This is a really great way that you can create like a bird dog army utilizing your subscription. You get up to 10 people that you can that you know that are driving to convert leads for you as they're driving around looking for these hood properties, and you can essentially call them and put them under contract and wholesale them, making 15, 20 grand, and give that driver $1,500, $3,000 for doing that. It's like a referral fee thing. It's super cool, y'all. So this is an overview of what DealMachine can do. What we're going to do today, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a couple of different versions of lists that I like to go after in my business whenever I'm prospecting for leads. So if you're with me, follow me and let's do this together, okay? So for the sake of this, I'm going to use my market. I am in Bexar County, which is San Antonio, Texas, which is a funny story to that. Apparently the guy who put bear didn't know how to spell bear, so he put this Bear, which is like Spanish, but here we are, right? And so Bexar County is what we're doing, and I'm going to hit Bexar County, Texas, San Antonio. You're going to see my whole area right here. Now, I love San Antonio, guys. There's so much opportunity in and around the area. You see, guys, there's two highways that go around San Antonio. You get 410 and then you get 1604. And so you have this highway here. This is 410. And then you have the highway on the outskirts. This is 1604. That's it. And then there's intertwining highways that go in between that necessarily aren't too important. But for the sake of this video, we're not going to dive into this area. What we're going to do is we're going to narrow down a specific place that people would want to potentially sell a house. Now, how do we know what that looks like? How do we know what areas that we want to target? What I'm going to show you guys today is what I call the buyer's list hack. Okay, so we're going to go to another place. It's called listsource.com. You can create a free account here. I'm going to use an account that I've had for years. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this to find the best areas in our market to farm for leads. Some of y'all might be like, okay, well, Q, you know, I'm down to do this, but where do I start looking? Well, let me show you, okay? Everything can be filtered here by zip code. So first things first, we're going to create a list from scratch. This is an entirely different platform where you can buy leads. We're not buying anything today. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this software to get me what I need so I can build a list in DealMachine, okay? DealMachine, unfortunately, doesn't have this type of feature yet, but it's probably going to happen soon. So check this out. We're going to start from the beginning in geography. I want to filter by county. We're going to do state, Texas, and then we're going to do county. We're going to go into Bexar right here. We're going to add this. Right out the front gate, you're going to see that there's 610,000 pieces of real estate that exist in my county. Now, we're going to go into property here. We're going to skip mortgage because we don't care for mortgages. And we're going to kind of start narrowing things down. First things first, what kind of properties are we looking for? Property type. I want people who buy, let's say, apartments. I want people who buy duplexes. I want people who buy multifamily, which is typically like a quadplex. We'll do this as well. We'll do single family. Let's do a triplex even. And then let's also do some land. So this is everything that I'm looking for people to buy. As you can see, the number kind of dropped a little bit, right? Because I'm filtering. Now I want these properties to be owned outright. I want them to be bought cash. So we're going to do this. We're going to do equity. I want 100% equity to 99%. So we're going to do 99 to 100. And we're going to add that. So they own these houses outright. There's 63,000 properties that are owned outright in San Antonio, Texas. Now let's take this even further. I want for all of these properties that are owned outright to have been bought within the last 12 months. So we'll add that as a filter. So we're going to take this and then add. We're going to do last 12 months. Why is it not doing it? Okay, hold on. Month to year. January. Yes, this is exactly what we want. Why is it not letting me do it?
You're using list source right now. Is
Correct.
that what we should pop on there?
List source, yes. What I'm doing right now is I'm building a buyer's list hack. So like, I'll tell you what this looks like here in a minute. Let's see. Last market sale date. Yes, this is where we're at. And then add. Why is it not letting me add? That's so weird. Okay, let me mess with this real quick. And let's go back to the first. Now add. And the 16th. And then add.
Quick question while you're figuring that
Reset
out.
selections. Go ahead.
Is this a subscription also like another platform that you pay for?
No, this is free. This is free
Oh.
99. You pay at the end, which we're not gonna do. Here, let me go back. We're gonna go back to geography, back to property, last market sale date. I wonder why it's not doing this right now. That's weird. But we would essentially click last market sale date and then search by the month, regardless of the year. We're gonna start from January, add to December. 9,000 properties that are owned outright that were bought within the last 12 months. So that's pretty good. Now let's do it this way and go even further. Let's see. Where are we at? We got the property types. Okay. We got the criteria. Demographics don't matter. None of this matters. What we want are the ones that are absentee owned, meaning that these are properties that are owned outright, but the owner doesn't live there. We'll exclude the ones that are owned by trust because we don't care about that. And then for corporate owned properties, let's say only, yes, because if we know that they're a cash buyer, if they bought those houses under an LLC. And then we want property and mailing address complete. So we'll just select that to select that. So this is how many properties were bought within the last 12 months. 2,281 houses bought here in San Antonio, Texas. And they're owned outright currently. And these people don't live in their properties. They're absentee owned. And we're excluding trusts, but we're looking at corporate owned houses. So again, a business bought these properties. Once you hit purchase list, you're going to know that this is extremely expensive. We're not buying anything here. We're going to remove the duplicates just to see what that does. Drops the price down somewhat significantly. That's really good. And then we're going to click on this right here that says purchase partial list. Purchase partial list is going to help us customize this. So we're going to click select and then click here, zip code. Look at that. Look at how many properties were bought in all of these areas. Now we know it's zip codes. These are all cash buys in these zip codes. I like to go for the areas that have over 50. That's what I do. Now, again, everybody's market is different, but as you can see, for whatever reason, this area is hot, 78109. So guys, you can take this and export it and then email it to yourself and then submit. And now you have all of the zip codes to market to in your area. So, guys, there's so many ways to look at this from here, but let's do this one. I'm going to do 78207. Since there's been 62 cash solds within the last 12 months, I'd say that this is a great opportunity for us to utilize this zip code in specific to create the niche list that we're looking to double down on for this part of this area. Now, I like selecting 3 or 4 zip codes, and we can do that, but I'm just going to narrow down one. Let's narrow down one. So I want to do this. We're going to search this zip code here for San Antonio, Texas. 78207 Texas. And now we're in the hood. There's 15,000 properties in this area specifically. Guys, this is so dope. Let's have some fun. Okay, so I like stacking records together. So again, we're gonna do this off of a quick filter. We're gonna select match all here in a minute so that we can stack them. But I want to go for properties that are, let's say, owned by somebody who's over the age of 65. So we'll say senior owner. That's about literally almost half of that area. And then we'll say that these properties are also delinquent on taxes. And then we'll match all. 1,820 properties that are owned by senior owners that are delinquent on taxes in 78207. Now let's filter. Let's filter by property type, single family. So that's 1,423. And then we can even filter by price. I like my bed bathroom ratio to be just over 2 and over 1. So there's that. We can go into more here. I want all of these records because I want to contact the ones that DealMachine is returning a phone number with. To have a phone number, that's 1,225. Typically, seniors are pretty high converting when it comes to calling them. So that's a great list so far. And let's do even more. Let's do more. Let's do this. Let's say, and let's look. Property characteristics, USPS vacant. The USPS vacant means that there's an integration into this software that's going to check if USPS visited this house, right? And for whatever reason, they were unable to deliver mail because the property is either dilapidated, vacant, or it could be a multitude of reasons. But just selecting yes, we'll now know if this property is vacant. Guys, look at that. This is vacant homeowners. The properties are vacant. They're owned by people who are over the age of 65, and they're delinquent on taxes. There's 43 properties in 78207 that carry this same thing that also have phone numbers. So we'll confirm build here. And this is the first list that I'll recommend for you guys. Senior owners, tax delinquency, single family homes, above 2 to 1 bedroom bathroom ratio, and they have phone numbers, and they're currently vacant as verified by USPS. Great list. Guys, let me tell you what this is, all right? So in Texas, we have this thing, it's called a tax exemption. So when somebody's over the age of 65, essentially what happens is they can go down to the county and they can file for seniority. So how does DealMachine pick this data up? DealMachine will go ahead and look at that record, and they'll see that that address at 123 Main Street has a senior tax exemption against it. That means that they are exempt from paying taxes every single year. Now, it doesn't mean that they don't have to pay their taxes every year, but this also means that their property can't get taken away from them for non-tax payments. And so, V, if you were 65 and you lived here in San Antonio, Texas, you could go down to the tax office right now and you could tell them that you're a senior, show them your ID, and now you have a senior exemption against your property. This means for the remainder of your life, if you stop paying taxes on that house, the city can't foreclose on you. Now, once your heir inherits your property and you pass away, whoever the next of kin is, those taxes will roll back because they'll see a deed transfer or a probate transfer into title to someone else. That takes away the senior exemption, which means that your property is no longer safe. Now, this would only happen if somebody were to confirm that V has passed away. And so let me tell you guys something about my area and Texas in general. We suck when it comes to updating this stuff, okay? Most of us are lazy and we're Mexican. I hate to say this, but guys, in San Antonio, my grandma, my tia, my uncles, they'll wait till the last minute to do everything. I am guilty of this. I don't go Christmas shopping until the day before Christmas, bro, because that's when men go Christmas shopping, okay? And so with this being said, almost everybody in San Antonio thinks like this, all right? And so with that being said, guys, these senior people that pass away, why are these properties vacant, right? Why are these properties vacant? Why are they owned by somebody who's senior? And then why is there delinquent taxes on them? That means the person who owns the house is probably fucking dead. 1, 2, the tax bill's been stacking every single month. 3, your USPS guy drove to that house and couldn't deliver mail. Guys, that is the best lead I've ever heard in my life. We need to market to this list ASAP. Now, 9 times out of 10, these people are dead. So then what are we going to do? We're going to try to get a hold of their heirs. We're going to try to get a hold of their heirs. Now, the cool thing about DealMachine is once your list is built, and let me show you what this looks like. DealMachine will give you the family's information and friends and relatives, next of kin, everything that you can think of. See, these are the 44 leads. Check this out. These are 4 numbers to Albert A. Zuniga, and then there's a Denise. This one here, Rose, and then Carlos R. Martinez. These are people that are associated with the address, y'all. You can go in here and take a look at this. So let's look at this lead, right? We have 638 Serralvo. Let me just copy and paste this. Let's view the lead first and see what's going on. It's off market, says that there's a cash buyer involved. Individual owns it. His name's Albert Zuniga. He has a PO box. This leads me to believe that the person who owns this property is an investor because it says cash buyer. Properties whose owners may be able to purchase properties outright with cash without the need for a mortgage loan. There's equity. The equity means that there could be debt. Equity doesn't always mean mortgage payment. It could also mean debt. Tax delinquency, there's tax debt, senior owner, absentee person doesn't live there, and it's vacant. So, we're looking at this and they're saying that this is possibly the owner. Now, if we take this address here and we copy it, right? And then we just go into Google real quick and put that in here, we can look at the outside of the home straight from Google Maps to determine what it is that we're looking at and why this property is vacant. Now, it's hard to say if it's vacant. It looks like somebody lives there. Why it's on the vacant list, though, we don't know. But that vacant list gets updated on the 1st of every month. So I'm not going to deny that there could be something going on here. Look at that. Why is there a tarp on this little area here? This picture was taken June 24th, June 2024, last year. Yard sale down the road. That's a sign of distress, by the way. Sometimes you can go to a yard sale and find somebody who's interested in selling a property. So that's the address for this one, just to get eyes on it. We know that there's a window unit. Clearly somebody might be living here. Somebody's keeping up with the gas for this property. Why there's a tarp, I have no freaking clue. But this is the things we can look at. On top of that, guys, look at the size of the backyard on this thing. This is great. This would be a great deal. And look at the neighbors' houses while we're doing this. So like, again, guys, just because we're looking at one property doesn't mean we can't go and look at any of the other ones that are around here. You know what I'm saying? And so kind of just drive around the hood and see what we got. We got a yard sale happening, garage sale. This house right here could be going through a financial deficit because of that. You never know. And so we're just going down the street. Look at that. This dude looks like he's probably doing crack. Who knows, man? He could have just got done doing a job. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the hood. This is what we're looking for. So let's go back to the app real quick and go back to the list that we're looking at. So that's one. Let's take a look at this one. Colima, 2617 Colima Street. Let's take a look at that too. What we're doing right now is we're prospecting. We're looking at the validity of our list. Not validity, but the validness of our list. This is the house. That's insanely small. I mean, that could be something. Who knows? That's insane. I don't know if there's value in that. Look at this thing. I mean, I don't know if a Smurf lives in it or what, but I mean, that's something, Let's go back into the list again. Let's look at another one. Oh, I think this is the one. Look at that. So we'll copy this, take it, paste, and do it again. This is exactly what we're looking for. Like, exactly. This is prime. Look at the foundation. It's pier and beam, and it's like, look at the curve here. That's something. Scroll around, look at the sides. It's still confirmed vacant. So just straight off of the rip, y'all, like, this is a list that I just built for you guys so that y'all can narrow your prospects down. You shouldn't be focusing at the beginning on calling a giant list of leads. Your focus at the beginning needs to be on narrowing down your prospects. Now, let's do another one. I want to create a few different variations of lists for you guys tonight. And the homework for y'all is to use my filters to build a list tonight and have it prepared for tomorrow, because we're all going to mark it together, okay? And so let's go back to the map, and we're going to do the same thing again to the same zip code. Not 2027. Let's do a different one. I want to create a filter that's blanket for the whole area. So we're just going to do Bear County. So now I'm looking at everything, not just that zip code specifically, but everything. Okay. And I'm going to do something very specific here. So we're going to get rid of all of these things, all of these little filters here. We're just going to clear all and we're going to start fresh. So we have Bear County highlighted. It's 729,000 records. Let's do it this way. So I want to do more and let's do owner type. Let's see, corporate owned. No, I want it to be owned by a normal person. X out. Let's do more again. Add. There has to be like a last sale date. There we go. Last sale date. We're going to do from 2023 of January. I'm only going to go back 2 years. We're going to do the 1st of January to today. And then we're going to confirm. So these are properties that are not corporate owned, but these were houses that were bought within the last 2 years. 2 years, 61,000 properties were purchased in San Antonio. Now check this out. Let's go into quick filters again. Scroll down, probate. $273 people bought a house and then died within 2 years of buying it. There you go. These are great. Why are these great? Guys, and it sucks because this is the truth and this is essentially the reality of it, but we're living in a society right now where inflation's at an all-time high and it takes 2 people to pay for 1 house. So then what happens when your partner and you are excited, you're in love, you find a property, and then what? One of them dies, right? And now my wife has to pay for this house, but I was the breadwinner. And so then the property starts getting behind. Now the wife is going into foreclosure. Well, that's an opportunity for us to go in there and help this lady by taking over that mortgage and buying that property subject to the existing mortgage. So this is an entrance strategy. Y'all might not know what subject to is, but it's a very interesting strategy that essentially allows for you to step into your homeowner's shoes and take the property's deed. In exchange, you're paying their mortgage down and they walk away from the house debt free. Well, they have the debt in their name, but they're not having to worry about paying the mortgage. You now carry that responsibility. This house that I'm in right now, this home that I have, is a $500,000 house. I bought it subject to the existing mortgage. There used to be gangbangers that lived in here and I threw them out. And then the homeowner paid me 13 grand to get them out of this house. And that's how I came up with this property. When I bought it, it was worth like 278. Now it's worth like 560. It's insane. But that's where we're at. You know what I mean? That's an economic change. I bought this house 4 years ago. Here we are now, and inflation is at an all-time high. And so, like, legitimately, y'all, this is a very interesting niche down list. I would use this list specifically to go after properties for subject to real estate investing. Again, guys, out of 16,000 properties that were bought within the 60,000 properties that were bought within the last 2 years, 273 of these people are no longer with us. So again, there's mortgages on all of these houses still. This is a great opportunity to come in here, use this list to build your portfolio. So again, this type of strategy is very unique. I wouldn't recommend that you do this without coaching and mentorship and guidance. Make sure that you reach out to me if you decide to go after this specific build. Now, let's go even further. I want to keep building these for you guys so that y'all know what to look for. And then I'm going to let y'all come in here and be creative. Now, I think that for a lot of people, they go after because right now what I just did, I kind of niched down like extremely heavy. Let's not do that. Let's focus on numbers. There's this thing that we want to make sure that we account for, and it's called variable change. Variable change is very simple. It's one of Newton's laws. It's essentially basing a statistic of something happening on a change, a specific change. One of my favorite movies depicts this as science, and it's very easy. And this guy is sitting in front of this classroom, and the dude is teaching the class is one of my favorite actors. He was in the show House of Cards. I think that he ended up getting into some stuff over some sexual harassment allegations, but he ended up getting kicked off, right? So in the movie 21, what happens to this gentleman is he's asking this question. He says, what is Newton's law here when it comes to variable change? What does that mean? And so he says, let's say I have 3 doors behind me, and behind 2 of these doors, goats, and 1 of these doors, a brand new car, right? And he asked the guy, he says, okay, pick one. Which door will you want to pick behind right now? What is your percentage of winning that chance of getting that car? If you have 3 doors in front of you, behind 2 are goats and 1 of them's a car. What are your chances with 3 doors in front of you?
33%.
33%, correct. So there we are, right? Now, essentially, at this point, I go ahead and I change it up. I say, look, I'm just going to open one. Boom, I opened one. Behind the door is now a goat. Now you have 2, right? And I say, Mr. V, would you like to keep with the one that you originally picked? Or would you like to switch to the other one? That change in the rules is variable change. It would be in V's favor because I just gave him an extra 33.3% in chances to change to the next door because I'm giving them the authority. Now, most people would be afraid to switch. You know what I'm saying? You get 3 doors, you pick one, right? You open it up, it's a goat. And now he says, or you pick one, instead of choosing the door that you were going to pick, he opens up door 3, boom, it's a goat. Now he gives you the option to switch to door 2 when you already picked door number 1. You see what I'm saying? That is variable change. Now, in variable change, why is that so important? Is because when we're marketing for these lists, you never know what the hell someone's going through until you get a hold of them. And so again, it's not always bad to go after a less niche down list because you might run into somebody who's going through something. All right. So let's say we're going to do it this way. We can pick 4 different zip codes if we want, just based off of the list that we built in the this platform. So let's do it this way. We're going to do 78223.
Can I give you a zip code using mine?
Sure. What is it?
Okay. 84109.
84109.
Yes. Thank you.
9,914 houses. What area is this? Is this Utah?
Yeah, I live in Mill Creek, Utah.
Cool. Let's filter single family, and then we're going to do high equity as well. Let's see. Single family's fine. Quick filters. High equity, and then absentee. Match all. Let's do more. And they're owned by people who are 65. Tired landlords, possibly. There we go. That's our stack. This is a less niche down list, but let me tell you guys the premise of what this is. So absentee means that they own the property but don't live there. They have the based on AI technology, it creates a tired landlord scenario. We can automatically assume that they may just be like a real estate investor, but putting the senior flag on it, absentee senior, is essentially signs of a tired landlord. And so this is utilizing this vision builder and looking at the outside of the houses to see how well kept they are. High equity means that the properties have almost been paid off. So this is a list that I would go after in Utah. And then again, guys, you want to filter by properties that have the contact phone number. So we'll put this as well. Boom. 332 properties, and then we build this list. This is a quick one that you can market to right now. You know what I mean? So absentee owner, owned by senior, tired landlord potentially, and then high equity. Great list, y'all. This is a great list.
My email is call Heather now. If you want to just send it over.
That's fine. I'll send you the list. You're the only
Well,
one.
I was
who's
just
taking
joking.
action
That's
like
so
that.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't mind. We'll just do that. I'll export them now. Because I'm probably not going to market for this area. It's not
My
that it's
homework's
like, not
done.
mine.
Thank you. I'm just kidding.
No, you're good. I just love my backyard. I keep it in Texas. I do deals with my students though. Like I'm all right with doing deals elsewhere, but I like my backyard.
Yeah, no, I get that.
This was good, y'all. Look at this. So there we go. I'm going to export that and download it and send it to you. So
you,
team,
babe.
remember this, all right? And this is going to be your homework today. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause this recording. You guys got value from this video. All the links and stuff that you guys need to utilize this in the recording are going to be found in the description. And then make sure you guys click upgrade to annual, join the movement. Love y'all so much. And I'll see you guys on the next video.